Etsy is much more well known than Zazzle. However, there's a couple different things that are limiting Etsy sellers, especially if you want to sell print on demand products, because initially Etsy was for people who are makers. And so Elke and I have been on Etsy because her and I both sold or tried to sell artwork and also jewelry and, clothing items that I made and she made. And so we have had the experience on Etsy being a maker, not actually a print on demand type of person or creating these templates. But Etsy doesn't even really allow you to use their platform as is to create products like Zazzle does. What you have to do is, if you are trying to do a print on demand business with Etsy, you actually have to go to a third party, create it on Printful or Printify, and then put your listing on the Etsy site, right? And in addition to that, so it's like three different platforms that you're using to create your design, which maybe would be Canva. Then you're creating that Canva image on Printful or Printify, and then you're listing that listing on Etsy. And so that's a lot of steps that are in between. And then in addition to that, Etsy makes you pay for your listings and has, in terms of sending ads to it. I know that Zazzle does a lot more marketing internally and externally than Etsy does to promote their sellers. And so Etsy is just a lot of work if you're trying to get into the print on demand space and have a lot of the work done for you. Etsy probably isn't really the greatest platform. And actually most of the people, well, not most, sorry, a lot of people who have been on the Etsy platform have come to myself and Elke for coaching and mentoring to move over to the Zazzle platform, because it gives them a lot more opportunities, especially if they aren't using Printful or Printify, but they're creating these templates for people for wedding invitations and stationery, and they are creating, let's say, Canva documents or PDF documents, and then selling those listings as just a file. And the fact that also Etsy isn't real-time customizable